This is The Way Forward, and you're listening to your host, Better Moody. This is a bonus episode for my mother. Because you are unruly, sending crazy texts on a Saturday. This is not the story of kings, nor of kingdoms, but of a family whose names are remembered. These are the generations of Hamilton, that their memory be not forgotten. The Book of Hamilton, Chapter 1. Of the generations of William. And it came to pass in the 11th month of the year of our Lord, 1919, that William David Hamilton was born in Southfield in the parish of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. And Arthur David Hamilton, who was called Wassa, begat him of his wife Tamar, Elizabeth James, who was called Tama. And in the days appointed, William took unto him a wife, even Maisie Annette Falconer, the daughter of Aaron Falconer and Roberta Adina Bent. And Maisie bore unto William 5 children, Luther, Robinette, Hambert, Franklin, and not the least of them all, Lillian. Chapter 2 of the Brethren. Now these are the brethren of William: Marion, Neville, who was smitten with a heart attack in the year of our Lord 1987, and Melvin, who was called Bull, perished by way of motor carriage in the year 1966. Adrian, while yet a youth of 16 years, was swallowed up by the sea and drowned. Cleveland was taken by affliction of the kidney in the year 2003. Vincent also was smitten with a heart attack, and Kermit, who was called Buddy, yet liveth. And Inez sojourneth in a far country, even in the land of the United Kingdom. But Reuben and Benjamin tarried but 3 days upon the earth, and were gathered unto their forefathers. Chapter 3 of the Fathers and Mothers. Arthur, the father of William, was begotten of William Nicholas Hamilton and Grace Amelia Ebanks. Tamar, the mother of William, was begotten of Louis Ephraim James and Anne Rebecca Banton, who was called Gladdy. And William Nicholas was begotten of Robert Hunter Hamilton and his wife Henrietta Parchment. Grace Amelia was begotten of David Thomas Eubanks and his wife Sophie Louise Gordon. And Louis Ephraim James was begotten of Edward James and his wife Elizabeth Banton. And Rebecca Banton was begotten of David Banton, who perished in the sea, and of Rebecca, his wife. Chapter 4 of the lineage. Robert Hunter Hamilton was begotten of Robert Hunter, the elder, and of Margaret Ann Blair. And Margaret Ann was begotten of James Blair, a merchant and planter of Scotland, and Elizabeth, a woman enslaved, yet of fair countenance, a mulatto. But James, before he was taken in death at the age of 50 years, did purchase her freedom, and made her and her children to dwell in comfort. David Thomas Eubanks was begotten of Anthony Ebanks and his wife Margaret Elliott Bent. Sophie Louise Gordon was begotten of Larchin Gordon and Anne France Falconer. Anne France was the granddaughter of John Bent, a planter of Yardley Chase of British origin, and John Falconer of Jamaica, who came forth of a house of Scottish nobility. Chapter 5 of the First Fathers. Yea, verily, our fathers and mothers were brought forth out of the coasts of West Africa, from the lands of Ghana and Nigeria, and were carried across the waters in chains. Yet their seed endured, and their spirit fainted not. And thus were the generations of Hamilton established, yea, even unto this day. Blessed be their memory, for their name shall not be cut off from the earth, but shall remain as a testimony forever. And these be the generations remembered, not written in stone, but upon the living. Though their days are numbered, their names endure, and the house of Hamilton shall not be forgotten, but shall be spoken of from an age age to age, yea, even unto this day. These are the Chronicles of the Hamilton family, the Book of Hamilton. And you're listening to The Way Forward, the bonus episode on a Saturday. This is your host, Betta Moody. Thank you for listening.